You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Weeds. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Weeds news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Weeds.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janity, and I'm joined here by... You're supposed to say your name.
David Skiffaletti.
What? What kind of intro was that? Let's read it.
I don't know.
Hey, guys. What's going on? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janity, and I'm here in the studio joined by...
David Skiffaletti.
Yeah!
Better.
All right. Yes.
I'm losing it.
Apparently last week we were monotone. Somebody in the Ustream chat felt.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like we're very lively here.
I agree.
Very lively group.
I was a little off last week.
Were you? It was very hot.
It was hot.
It's hot in California, y'all.
Y'all. I mean,
It's,
whoa.
yeah.
Whoa. Like, it's hotter than the devil's asshole. After he ate a burrito.
After we ate some Mexican?
Yes.
That's racist.
All right, so. Weeds.
We.
First of all, guys, thank you so much for listening to us on iTunes, where we have been in the top 10 of the top podcasts here at AfterBuzz.
Oh,
So
that's
totally
good to hear. So
appreciate that.
thank you.
Make sure you guys keep on checking us out. You also can listen to us on ustream.tv/AfterBuzzTV. Also, there's an app for your phone called Stitcher, Stitcher. You can download us and listen to me and David on the go.
That would be awesome.
It is kind of awesome.
You could drive, on your drive from West Hollywood to Long Beach.
Is that where you're going?
No.
Wow,
It's just an example. It's a long
very
drive.
select.
It's a long drive. That's like a 2-hour drive. You've got nothing else to do but listen to Jesse and myself or books on tape.
No, just AfterBuzz podcast.
Just AfterBuzz.
All right.
You'd have more fun.
Also, Maria Menounos, The Every Girl's Guide to Life. Check it out. Awesome book. So many tips in there, things to do. Nancy Botwin. We need to get her this book.
We do. We should send her one. We should find out who our publicist is.
We should, and then maybe we
Can't
can
speak.
get her in here.
Yeah. You never know, right?
All right. So, I'm gonna start the episode off with some amazing, exciting news that I had this weekend.
Do it. What happened?
So,
Yes.
I wake up Saturday morning at 4:30 in the morning.
Why on earth are you up Saturday at 4:30 in the morning, first of all? Actually, I don't want to know.
No, you don't. Well, to be quite honest, Friday night I had passed out really, really early.
Like at 7?
Not 7, but for me, early is like 9:30, 10. Like that's very, very early for me. Like
That's early for like a normal,
Like I usually don't go to bed
person.
till like 3:30, 4:30 in the morning,
which is
when I got up.
which is when you got up.
My schedule was a little off.
Clearly.
I was downtown at my best friend's apartment.
DTLA.
DTLA, and she had told me this really exciting story,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll get to in a second. But
Oh.
I want you to picture the experience.
Okay.
So I woke up Saturday morning, 4:30 in the morning,
The sun is shining.
barely.
The sun's not even up yet.
The sun was starting to. The sun was coming up, but it was like it was kind of cool. It was cloudy. I thought it was gonna rain.
Sounds beautiful.
I walk outside the door, and I'm all of a sudden in New York City.
What?
Downtown LA, I walk outside the door, I'm in New York City. There's a big white sign that says, "You are currently on the set of Weeds."
What do you mean there's a big white sign?
It was just a giant random white sign. I've never seen this for production before. It was like literally a paragraph.
Like letting everybody know in the neighborhood that they are being filmed
Yes.
and they're on weeds at the moment?
Yes, and it was this long statement about that we are in the middle of the weeds shooting. So, of course, I'm like getting hyped, looking around trying to see if I can see Nancy. That's the only character I was really looking for.
You're really only looking to see Mary Louise Parker?
Yes.
Really?
Because it's not weeds unless I see her.
That's true.
You know, like if I saw Shane Sauce, I would be very excited. But if I saw Nancy, I might wet my pants.
You'd have a conniption.
Well, my best friend actually saw her the day before. As she was going into her building, she saw them shooting for the show.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Like,
exactly where were you? I want to know.
7th and Spring. Downtown.
Ah,
So it's the Old Bank District.
yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
And, if you guys are listening out there, 424-256-1729. Do we think they're still shooting for this season? Because the setting was New York. They're in New York now. Or do we think that they're already filming for next season?
I mean, that's weird because in theory they should technically be on break right now
While the show's going on.
while the show is airing. And so the only thing I could think of is that they're reshooting something for this season.
That kind of scares me.
Yeah, because they could be reshooting a finale.
That kind of scares me. So, definitely call in. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know
on
what you
that.
think.
Yeah, just a very interesting. Another thing, like, I don't know how common that is that they use. I mean, at times when I walk around downtown, I say to myself, it kind of reminds me of New York.
I mean,
parts
here
of
and
it.
there, like parts of downtown, sort of
like they must have amazing editors.
like reminiscent of New York. Either if they're filming in downtown, they have like incredible editors, incredible like set decorators. Like they have the best of the best.
Well, and that's the thing. The set was not. They were just using what was around. It wasn't a very like dressed up or anything. All they had was New York cabs.
Yeah, but that helps.
Tons of New York cabs. I was just like, what the heck? I felt like it was in twilight. It was too early in the morning. I might have walked by.
You weren't even awake.
Literally, I might have walked by Nancy Botwin and just thought it was part of a dream. You know what I mean? Like, it was that early in the morning. I was just like...
You could have gotten in one of the cabs and asked to get a ride home.
Yeah. Imagine.
Can you take me?
Take me home.
Take me home, please.
So, yeah, that was my little exciting... news
That's
for the weekend.
amazing.
It was really cool. I was very excited about it.
I'm kind of jealous.
So...
I'm not gonna lie.
You're jealous over everything, Dave. You're
I
jealous
know.
I had banana bread.
I know, but then I got some,
Yes.
and it was good.
I made sure to save some for you.
Thank you.
A whole loaf.
Oh, love. I appreciate it.
Shout outs to Maria Canellis. Love you, girl. All right, so let's talk about this episode.
Let's.
This was a great episode.
Awesome episode, but first episode of this season that does not have an intro. We talk about the intros every week, and this week there was no like special fancy intro. It just went straight into the episode.
Ooh.
Right?
You know what's funny about that is you're absolutely right. This was also the first episode where they really like went in on recapping.
Yeah.
They did a lot of recapping to get us to this point, which makes me feel like they're about to take it in another direction, which is very obvious, especially with the things that we were told this episode.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's stick with that. If you were to create the intro for this week, knowing the theme of this episode, what would you have made it?
I think it definitely would have had to have been like someone cropping a weed
Yeah,
plant.
that's a good one.
Would have been good.
Or just any, like maybe hedges or something.
Or hedges. No, it would have had to have been a weed plant.
Yeah.
Is it called a weed plant?
Pot plant. I
Pot
believe.
plant? I mean, it's what is it called? Cannabis plant?
Greenery.
Cannabis greenery. Or maybe one of the booby traps.
Ooh, that would be kind of fun. No, I like the pruning of the.
The pruning, right? That's what it is.
All right, so we start out because last week we missed literally the last minute and 45 seconds.
Which gave us so much
The
for this
entire-
week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now apparently, did you see Snoop Dogg?
In the recap, yeah, because they were talking about in the recap of the strain that they used in like the first or second season, which was the MILF weed
Right.
that Snoop named it.
I feel like I want a nice celebrity appearance by somebody this year.
There's
Huh?
Martin Short.
I want a cool person.
Martin Short is awesome.
Martin Short is awesome, but I want them to be involved with the drugs.
Oh, yeah.
In that sense of it.
So who are you thinking? Who would you like to see as a celebrity guest?
I'll come back to that.
Okay, let me know.
All
I'm
right,
curious.
so we start the episode off. Halia is, if you don't remember who Halia is, bet you have to go back to first season. Halia worked with Nancy. Nancy, in her shenanigan ways, kind of screwed Halia over.
Kind of.
Yeah, well,
Nancy screwed Haley over.
yeah. Which is funny because, as we find out, Halia's not even mad at her for that reason. She's more upset at the fact that she feels she lost her family and it was all because of Nancy.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, family's all you got.
Very true.
And Nancy screwed with her family.
But, well, all right. When we get to that topic, we'll bring that up.
Okay.
So Haley is shooting at Nancy and Silas, and all of a sudden Dean pops out, who is
Dean,
You
I
have to
could not
bring it
remember
back.
his name.
Celia, Nancy's next door neighbor rival, ex-husband, was there, and he pulls the gun away from her, and then Haley's like trying to chop her with an axe. And she did like this ninja star throw with the axe, and it was very intense.
Very precise throw, though.
She was, you don't mess with Haley.
Clearly not.
So yeah, Dean's up there, which is really random. At first, what were your first thoughts when you saw Dean involved with this?
I thought they were like a couple.
You did think that.
You didn't think that they
No,
were
I thought it was going to be
bumping uglies?
Not at first, because
Really?
No, because I know Dean was such a big pothead. So to me, it was like, oh, he had nobody. She has nobody. They must have somehow like connected.
Gone into
and-
business?
Not into business. I thought he was just up there getting something, or
No.
I thought that they had become friends in some sort.
I
Like
knowing
hooking up, like that's just
Yeah.
very awkward.
like they are
they're
lovers.
They're very awkward together.
Well, yeah, I mean, after seeing the rest of the episode, but at first I thought they were definitely a couple. Even from the
The preview.
the preview from last week, I thought they were a
Really?
couple. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Because
So
that's
yeah.
how they set it up. They set it up to make it look like they were
Really, I didn't get that. I did not
secret
get that.
lovers.
What else did they set us up this episode? We had Andy wants to
Auto business.
yeah, he wants to start a business. I think this is his way of like just trying to take himself seriously.
Yeah, that, and I think he's trying to be a member of society.
Right. A member of
their, like-
society, feel like an actual man
Yeah, and do something with his life, not sit around all day long doing nothing.
and selling drugs. I think
selling
he's
drugs.
overselling drugs and wants to, take himself-
Legitimate.
Yeah, legitimate. So he asked Shane for money to start his new company. Shane says no. Which I'm really curious because like Shane's sitting there sawing away at wood, and I want to know what he was.
He's building. He is like a carpenter now, apparently. Apparently, he's doing all the renovations on their crappy ass apartment by himself.
Go him though.
You don't just learn how to do that.
He learned how to kill somebody.
You don't need to learn how to kill somebody.
Yeah, but he learned how to do it properly.
But still, it's not like a difficult thing to do.
Hey, some people building isn't difficult either.
Using a saw, those saws are hard to use. Have you ever used one before?
I have.
Liar. I don't believe you for 1 second.
Oh, I've cut trees before. I used to be.
With what?
I used to be a wood cutter.
What? You are lying through your teeth.
Okay, well, I didn't
You were
used to be
a wood cutter.
Look, all right, my dad would kill me if he heard the story. I was never a wood cutter. But when I was younger, me and my brother would go in my dad's shed, and we would take his tools.
His power tools?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like, really, like the saws, like, that you would normally cut.
Like a regular
Like
saw.
a regular saw, and we would go in the woods, and we'd cut trees. I mean, they weren't, like, massive, like, red oaks.
Yeah, but that was like teenage rebellion.
Okay, I still used it. I still did it properly.
But that's properly.
I built forts.
You built your own fort.
We built our own fort. We built it. I had really nice forts, actually. And our fort, well, we had one really great fort, which was kind of decked out like Helia's pot farm. We had booby traps and everything.
Traps.
Oh, we really did. We had some gross booby traps. I won't talk about them.
Oh, God.
Then we had what else we had? I built a really great one up in a tree, and that was actually my favorite one because it looked most like a house.
I don't believe you for
Oh, I'm
one
so serious.
second.
though.
It looked like a house, and you built it with one regular saw and like a hammer and
That's
nails.
all I had was a saw and
crap.
hammer and nails.
Bull crap.
Okay, like David, you're taking this a little too seriously when I say
I
a house.
know.
Like I didn't have shingles and freaking like.
I'm thinking like plumbing,
No.
electricity, windows, like a roof.
I hollowed the tree out so that way the plumbing would go right down it. No,
I don't know.
I know you don't. So, anyways,
I lived in an apartment building my entire life. We didn't have tree houses.
so sad. Yeah. So Andy's going through this whole thing about wanting to build this
Start a
company
business.
and
The Copenhagen wheel,
yeah.
which turns your regular bicycle into a hybrid. What did he call it? A hybrid? It's like an energy saver. Like when you need an extra boost,
Yeah.
it's there to help you.
But like basically it looks like a Dixie plate on the back of the wheel.
It doesn't really look like much.
Have you ever seen anything in real life reminiscent to that?
Like a hubcap on a bicycle. No.
I don't know how that would like save.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a hubcap.
I don't know how that would save energy.
Well, no, it's like as you're pedaling, it builds up energy inside of it, and so it conserves it for when you're like maybe going uphill, and you need an extra boost to like help you get up the hill. I guess maybe.
That's
No?
interesting.
That's what I took from it.
So yeah,
So Shane denies
he
him.
denies him, but later in the episode,
Doug tells him in the same scene that his company is always looking to invest in new things, and that he'll set up a meeting.
so he went to the meeting and played the video from Copenhagen.
The video was amazing.
The video was a hot mess.
The video was awesome.
That video was insane.
I know.
Literally, Andy's face in the video, so serious, like just staring like a creeper into the camera.
Full on creeper.
Doug was in the video.
Everyone was in the video.
With a goatee.
Silas was in the video. Shane was in the video.
And Shane's girlfriend,
Shane's
who wanted to have children
ex-girlfriend.
with him, was in the video. And yeah, basically Doug's partners were not impressed at all. Except they were impressed with Doug's performance in the video.
Right? That's
Um,
all they could. They couldn't get past Doug.
Yeah, they asked him how much money he needed. He said $80,000.
Which, for a like money company, is nothing.
No.
Like that is literally, they could have invested in it. Yeah, it would have been a loss for them most likely, but it's something that they could have written off.
Well, my thing is, like, bring one in. Show us what it actually looks like, what it feels like. Can we ride it? I wouldn't want to invest money if I saw that video. And
Well, yeah,
that's
I mean
all
the
I'm-
video.
And that's all I have to,
To
go by.
offer.
I don't know about that. So yeah, Andy's depressed about that. I don't know how. I don't remember how he brought Shane to the gay bar at the end. How did the gay bar come into play?
I think that was the space that he wanted to convert into his store. And I guess after school, Shane went to Andy and was like, let me see the space. Let's talk about this.
So Shane and Andy go to the gay bar and
Well, you should first talk about Shane in school. Shane goes to class.
well, I want to. Well, because does that involve?
Yeah,
Really?
of course, because after the class, he talks to the detective, which is why he invests.
Okay. So in school, Shane.
See, bringing it all back.
Bringing it back. Basically, Shane was sitting in class, and Shane's really into this whole criminal justice thing. And a detective comes into the class with, what was the charges
A
brought?
rape victim.
A rape
Or not victim. Rape committer.
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is.
So, I mean, he brings this rape committer.
He's raping people in Central Park.
Right.
Let's just say that.
And you're bringing him into a high school or a college?
College.
It doesn't matter.
It's a
Wha-
state college. Who cares?
No. What? You bring a rapist into a college? Like,
Yeah.
First of all, and then
Half the people that go to state college are rapists.
Okay, the views expressed here are not a part of. Let's just play that.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. He's
Yes,
not
I
kidding.
am.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
All right.
I'm totally kidding.
So basically, the detective says, this guy's committed rape. You know how I found out? Because I pay attention to details. And he's really putting pressure on, you got to pay attention to details, to everything in life in order to succeed. Detail number 1, like I just said, why is a rapist being brought into my classroom? 1. And why are you sitting him in the seat next to me? Why are you sitting him in the seat next to a young female
girl
who got up and ran after that? But yeah, Shane basically noticed. Was that a knife on his leg?
It was a gun.
It was a gun. It was a very oddly shaped gun.
It was a little gun.
It was a little gun.
It's like the tiny gun from Men in Black.
Yes.
It's little, but it packs a mean punch.
Yeah. Shane noticed it and called the detective out, saying that he wasn't a real rapist, and he didn't. If he was a real rapist, you didn't do your job good because you didn't frisk him down good enough. And the detective was really proud of him because he was the only kid in class to have paid attention
Yeah.
to details. So then from there, what was the step?
You asking me?
Yes, after class when he went up to the detective.
After class, the detective is during the class, the detective goes through 3 different cases with the class, which we don't actually get to see. We cut from Shane finding out that the rapist is actually the detective's partner to after class when Shane goes up to him and talks to him about the 3rd case, which was a storefront, set up as a P.O. box storefront, but they were running a prostitution ring in the back. And so Shane is interested in having like a storefront operating as a legal business while still operating an illegal one through the back.
Well, and so to that,
Which is smart.
it's smart, but in the sense of he already knew about this because that's what was going down. He was kind of young, but that was what was happening with
The
The-
bakery, right?
well, with the bakery, and that was kind of literally that to me, the bakery was the dumbest idea because it was like, what
Yeah.
if someone like looked at the menu and was like, "Hey, I want the special." You know what I mean? Like then they wouldn't know like what they're ordering.
That's true.
You're just gonna give. Oh, this is an oregano. This spinach is really dry.
This is some dry ass spinach. How I want my money back.
But no, when they were doing the drug cartel from underneath the border,
Right. I mean,
they had
they're
that baby store.
similar.
Remember the baby store, and then in the back they had the tunnel that went, and they were running drugs through that. They were running illegal immigrants, and then prostitutes.
Right. And prostitutes. No animals. That's a different story. Anyway.
Mexican cows.
Mexican cows. That's sort of different, though, I think, than a front.
No.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. I feel the sandwich one, yes, but that one with the whole Mexico thing, it was a little more intense.
Right, and
Because
you're
now
doing
you're
it like
involving
you're doing it over the border.
Right, you're involving another country.
It's not really like a front as much as it is like a
underground.
underground railroad. I mean, I
okay.
guess.
All right, I'll give it to him. So Shane learns about that.
Well, maybe he's asking more, even if he already knew about having a front, he's asking more about the logistics of it
Yeah,
and
the
how not to get
legalities.
caught, because he said that the only reason that they didn't get caught immediately was because they had enough foot traffic. Because people were coming in and day out
And
to
it's
check
funny you
their
said that
P.O. boxes.
because Shane said when he told Andy he was going to give him the money, he made the comment of, I don't have faith in you. He's like, store is horrible. There's not enough foot traffic that will come in and out of here.
Right.
It's horrible location. So it's great for him.
Yeah, it's awesome for him for
bad
his
for Andy.
right. But then he compared it to a movie. Do you know what movie? Do you remember what movie he compared it to?
I don't. But yeah. So Andy was a little disappointed because he was excited at first, but then it was like his dreams came down because it was like, oh, another thing I have to share with Nancy, another
Right.
thing, having to do with drugs, or always involving this negativity, in which he's trying to get away from. So poor Andy.
Poor Andy.
Poor little Andy.
Poor Andy.
So now let's get into the juicy part of it. Back to Halia's house.
Sorry, I'm just.
So
singing musical.
basically, Nancy starts following Halia into this field of marijuana,
Literally.
which was just like,
Did the heavens open up and sing to you?
I mean, it did for Nancy. Did you see her face?
Or
on
no,
it?
her
Like,
face like lit up.
This is what she's been looking for, like a supplier.
Mhm.
So to her, this is like home.
Yeah.
She follows her there, and it's very well guarded by these little booby traps.
Little, but
Well, at first it was like random things
insanely
like
dangerous.
fish wire hooks like hanging.
Well, there was like fish hooks hanging off a fishing wire, which you wouldn't necessarily see at first glance. But if you get one of those in your eye or caught in your mouth, that hurts.
They had wire, and if you walked past the wire, you'd
Get shot.
Bear traps.
Like crazy booby trapped.
Our homegirl from last episode would love that place. The death room.
I think it is like
Maxine.
a little too literal for her though, because you could actually die.
So yeah, we find out that the strand of weed is MILF. Which now we get into the politics of who created MILF, because Silas always felt like he created it.
Right.
Because back in the day, if you remember, Silas like worked really hard to build his own little weed factory, and he harvested. He created this harvest of a new brand, a new strand.
A new
of weed.
strand, yeah.
Sorry. Conrad was involved, but it was definitely a 50-50 with the two of them. But apparently Conrad, Well, no, oh, that's what it was. Conrad created the first strand,
Right.
but there just wasn't enough pack in the punch. So that's where Silas stepped in and made it 10
And
times better.
adjusted it.
So Silas walks in and tells Halia, you know, hey, I deserve this. This is, you know, not just yours and Conrad's. Like, you stole this from me. It doesn't work out like that, bud. Sorry.
Things in life are not that black and white.
No, we find out that Conrad left Halia for a Chinese girl,
Mm-hmm.
and he left to sell weed in the clubs in LA.
In the clubs.
Which, to me, I'm like,
He's probably making good money.
really? Because I wouldn't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
When
here's
was the
my-
last time you went to the club?
A couple weeks ago. No, actually, it wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I remember. I think it was in 19.
Exactly, you old fart. People smoke pot in clubs.
But, like, I understand that. But here's the thing. Like, weed's legal out here.
Not everywhere.
In LA, it is.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Not everywhere in LA is legal.
What are you talking about?
It's legal to sell it. Like at the I don't
Stores?
think it's legal to sell it.
It is legal. They can't have, like, actual stores.
That's medical marijuana though. It's different. There's different laws for medical marijuana. I think it's legal to purchase it, but it's not legal to smoke it. There's like some weird loophole.
Okay. Well, my point is, apparently it's very easy to get these licenses to get medical marijuana.
Yes, they all the stores have doctors on site.
I'm sure that.
And you just walk in and you say you have anxiety and you get your medical marijuana
okay,
card.
whoa, we're not giving people.
I'm not giving anyone ideas. I don't even smoke pot,
I just know how to get it.
but I know how to get it. Okay.
It's important to know how to get things in life.
It's important to know like your way around the system, okay? Even if you don't take advantage of it, these are things every young buck should know.
So there you go, kids. Oh,
Don't smoke pot.
don't do it. But my thing is like, I feel like being a weed dealer.
I mean, it's kind of pointless, but
yeah, you know,
depending on what clubs you're going to, you could make a lot of money. I'm sure of it.
All right, so that's what Conrad's doing. He wanted a bigger cut of the pay with Halia. She said no. She said hell no. And on top of hell no, get rid of your girlfriend.
Get rid of your girlfriend.
And Conrad said, hell's to the no. Hell's to the mother effing no.
Who are you? Hells to the no.
And Conrad said
Conrad said hells to the no.
hell's to the no. And as a matter of fact, take your biznitch out of here. I think I will.
I have no idea who
Me
you
either.
are.
I don't either.
Is that grape soda?
It is. So, Silas says, you know what? I'm going to confront Nancy. I'm going to confront this woman who he so disrespectfully doesn't call mom anymore.
No. He's such a prick.
So he goes into the field where Halia left Nancy.
To die, basically.
Literally. Literally.
Well, Haley has said something very profound to
Mhm.
Nancy in the field before she left her.
Preach.
Because they were talking about family, and Nancy was like, it's not that easy to leave your family. You can't just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a fan?
No. Why would you? Why did that make you think of a fan? Oh, because we in church.
We in
'Cause
church.
you about to preach
'cause
right
I'm
now.
a preach. What was I saying?
You're
Anyway,
talking about
and
when
then
she was out in the field.
Yeah. So they're in the field,
Talking about
and
family.
Haley is like, just walk. If you love your family that
Whoa,
much, walk away
because
from
we
them.
found out that this is where Halia explained that she felt she lost her family because of Nancy.
Because of Nancy.
She
right.
said, you know, back in the day, my table at dinner time was full. Then you walked into my life, and everyone left me.
Right.
But you're out of prison one day, and your family comes running to you.
And she says, I didn't ask them to.
Now go ahead with your story.
Mm-hmm.
So she said,
She says, well, if you love them that much, walk away. Leave them alone. And Nancy's like, it's not that simple. You can't just walk away. And Halia says, walking away is as simple as sugar cookies. And then leaves her ass.
what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with her.
Is walking away that
Walking
easy?
away is always the easiest thing to do.
Really?
Yeah, of course. But it's not always the best thing to do.
See,
I think it's harder to stay and confront your problems and figure out your issues than it is to just walk away from them.
So do we feel that Nancy is really a trooper in the end of it because she never walked away from her kids? She's always brought them along on this shit show ride,
Right.
but
Because
she never walked away from them.
7 years ago, however long, 10 years ago, she could have just walked away from her children, let them go into foster care, or drop them off with their respective parents, or left them with grandparents. Like, she didn't have to do what she did. She did what she had to do to take care of her children and to keep her kids and to keep her home. She
Right.
has fought the good fight, went to jail for them, went to jail for her son's murder,
Get it, girl.
you know?
Um,
She's a good mom. Despite her issues, she is a good mother.
yeah. So Silas confronts her about, did Judas know me? Did he know that? What were his thoughts when I came out? When I was born, and Nancy kind of sugarcoated it by talking about the color of the walls in the hospital.
Well, because he tells her she doesn't remember anything. And so the way that she explains that she remembers everything is talking about what the time he was born and what the hospital room looked like and what she was listening to and what her first thought was and what her second thought was. And in essence, she's protecting his feelings.
Right, which means to me Judas wasn't there at the birth.
You don't think?
I mean, from what she's saying, no, I don't think so.
Maybe not, but I
And
guess.
then we find out that Judas never knew that he wasn't his son, and Silas gets upset at that, and you don't have the right to make those decisions.
You don't, but
But in that situation, I mean,
from day one, she's always put her children first.
right.
She got pregnant with another guy's baby, didn't tell her husband.
Oh, Nancy. And the thing is just going through this whole situation, it's like, all right, I understand, I understand not telling Judas. I do understand it, because he could have walked away. He could have left
Yeah.
her and Silas, and then in the end of it, could have been brought away from, separated Silas and Andy in the end.
Right.
So I do get it. In some points. I just think Silas always looks at it from his side and never looks at the big picture of things. And not to say Nancy does all these things correctly, not to say that Nancy does these things for the best.
Well, she never makes the best decisions in general.
No.
Definitely not.
But
In the end,
it is all from love.
it is all from love.
So,
She's doing what she can.
She
Okay?
doing what
to
she
get
can.
around in this world.
it's a hard knock life.
It is.
So she goes to her and Silas go back to the house, and she kind of begs Halia to sell to her, and Halia says, "Stop begging. I'll sell you the weed if Silas stays." I kind of was expecting that.
Were you?
I was.
I was a little shocked. I was more expecting Silas asking to stay.
That I did expect that. I did think that, but when she made the comment about walk away from your family, And then when she made the comment about him stealing the weed,
Mm-hmm.
I started thinking, I think she's going to let him stay. I think that they're going to be involved somehow. Especially also when she said, you know, I have hippies taking care of her plants.
Oh, yeah.
So she'll have Silas there. He'll be taking care of the plants. But I think she's mostly doing it because she wants to take Nancy's child away from her.
Yeah, I mean, she wants to, pardon my French, but fuck with Nancy.
Yeah.
The same way Nancy fucked with her.
But in not even the same way.
It is exactly the same
Right,
way.
but I think honestly believe Halia wants to do it to better Silas.
As a dealer?
I mean, yeah, that's what he's going to have to be doing, but she has a lot of knowledge, a lot of common sense, a lot of life lessons, and I think that that's what we're going to see from this situation. Because Conrad was a pretty upstanding citizen.
Was he now?
No. Well, yeah. He was a good kid. I mean, I don't know what this whole drug business with the Asian girl is, but you never know. So I think that's going to be involved, which is going to be a really awkward family type situation. But Nancy has one thing on her mind, and that's Stevie. And she was so quick to say yes to letting Silas stay there. It bothered me a little bit.
Me too.
But I understand it, and I know she understood it. And in the end, it really was the best thing for him. So now before we wrap up, they were on the plane, Nancy and Martin Short, and she's telling him the story, and basically in the story we see that Nancy was able to go see Stevie.
Well, Jill's husband, I guess, arranged to bring the kids to the Science Museum.
Mm-hmm. And so inside the planetarium, Stevie came running to Nancy, which was kind of weird because it's
he knows who she is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that that's his mama, but he knows that that's Aunt Nancy.
Yeah, that's true. It just was a very, serious moment.
It was very touching, though.
It was. I liked it.
That he, ran up to her and gave her a hug, and she was able to, hold him and be near him again as a mother.
I just hope that it's not going to be like that for a long time.
That she's
you're
not
going to have
gonna
to,
get to see
be
him.
meeting in the corners and things.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they have custody hearings going on and shady business with her bitch sister, it's going to always have to be like that.
It sure is. So, yeah, that was basically the episode. Any last thoughts before we head off to a commercial break?
No.
You rest your case?
Yep. I plead the fifth.
In that case, we'll see you in a minute.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig! The wig will come out that wig.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky, ticky.
Want to find out what the
What was that?
That was going to be the remix. Want to find out what the ticky-tacky's made of?
I do, actually.
All right, so let's get into some...
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
We gotta talk. Okay, fine.
What did you want to talk about?
No, nothing. We'll talk about predictions
Oh,
first.
wait a minute. No, we won't. Hold up.
Let's
wait
do
a minute.
predictions.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to it. Okay.
David's really excited about this weekend.
Very excited. There's some awesome news and gossip out there for you Weeds fans.
So there might be an AfterBuzz field trip.
There might be. There will be.
So predictions. There's a softball game coming up next week.
Mm-hmm. Which, as we all know, was the only reason why Doug was hired.
Mm-hmm. So
was to play on the softball team, and it looks like he's taking steroids
well,
to improve his
Well,
performance.
because I can't see him being really good at playing softball.
I can't either, but at the same time, it's a financial district softball team. I don't see it being that difficult to win.
Well, I feel like
I mean, it's a whole bunch of middle-aged men. Okay, let's not lie
middle-aged
here.
men, but this is years after he's been smoking pot and depressed.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So yeah, we see that. We see a softball game. The FCC or
The
something.
FCC shows up, which
and
makes
talks to
no sense to
Nancy.
any of us.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that.
Silas comes back from California from the weed, and he's withholding from
Nancy.
So
And
I
wants
think
to start his own business.
Yeah, I think he's definitely gonna break out on his own after spending time with Halia and her like
ways
messing with his mind. He's
And
gonna break out.
Then
on
we
his
see
own.
him teaming up with a girl
Yeah, some stupid hoe, but I think
who isn't Michelle Trachtenberg.
no, it is not Michelle Trachtenberg, and she only agrees to help him if he
Boxes. Of
Boxes?
some sort. I don't know where that's going.
Me neither, but it looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I can't really predict anything. The way that they're going, everything's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, it could go any direction. I mean, we didn't see anything with Andy or Shane.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I think that they're gonna go ahead and start the business, but
Yeah. No, you can't cut us off.
oh my, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It's really important to Dave.
It's really important.
It's so important
We never
that- wait a
have
minute.
news and gossip.
Well, we mix our news and gossip in.
That's
so
true.
Here we go.
Here we go.
For once, David, take it away.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, you have all the information. You read
Oh my God! You see, guys. You see what I have to deal with here.
it. This is what you have to deal with.
So, this Saturday, August 6th, at the Orpheum Theater, you can buy tickets to a charity event called Cats for Cats. It's basically songs from the Broadway show Cats,
Mm-hmm.
performed by big Broadway performers, your favorite TV stars. Hunter Parrish from Weeds, who plays Silas, will be involved with this.
He will be performing.
Some other huge names.
Huge. Fred Willard.
Fred Willard from Best in Show.
Yes.
James Cromwell from the movie Babe. Owain Yeoman from The Mentalist. Keith David from The Cape. Anna Gunn from Breaking Bad, for all you Breaking Bad fans. Kevin McHale from Glee. Annie Wershing from 24. Mindy Sterling from Austin Powers. And Paul Vaught from Mad TV.
And most importantly,
Those are the huge stars that are going to be there.
and
Now, there
most
are going to be some
importantly-
B, C list.
no, Mandy Moore, y'all.
Ladies, and Mandy Moore will
And
be
Mandy
the
Moore
queen
will
of
be
the night.
performing the Queen of the Night.
Tickets are $35. Ew, I feel like we're such like a talk radio show. Right
I
now.
know, right? I love it.
Tickets are $35.
Where can you buy tickets? Is it Ticketmaster? How do you buy tickets for this show?
Oh, well, I'm on Backpage, Los Angeles Backpage. You can buy them.
Well, go online, Google Cats for Cats.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a
the
great
top thing.
organization.
They have a website for it. Box office opens at 6 p.m. the evening of the show if you want to go there and see if you can get tickets.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the LA area and you are down with listening to music from the musical Cats and seeing some of your favorite TV and film stars perform.
I mean, the tickets were $75 when they first.
Oh, they were?
released. Now they're down to 50.
So look, there's a discount out there for you.
So guys,
Anyway, get out there. Support Hunter Parrish.
and if that didn't get you to go, this should. Why should you help the kiddies? Only 25% of cats currently in city shelters have a chance of getting out alive. Organizations like Kitty Bungalow rescue, neuter, socialize, and find homes for feral kittens, while providing outreach and free and low-cost spay/neuter services to give more cats a chance at a good life. The performance will be held at the Orpheum Theater at 842 South Broadway at 8 p.m. The cast is subject to change, so I don't know if Mandy Moore is one of those divas who doesn't show up to shows.
No, Mandy Moore is going to show up.
But enjoy a unique evening of theater while doing some good with Kitty Bungalow's star-studded Cats for Cats. And there you have it.
That's your AfterBuzz news and gossip for the week of August 2nd, 2011.
All right. Well, I don't know what you guys are up to this weekend, but I know what David's doing.
I know what I'm doing.
If you want to meet David,
Yeah, come meet me. Come listen to me.
are you going to get up on stage?
Sing. No.
Like, I'm going to join the cast. I'm David Skipper from the Weeds After Show AfterBuzz TV.
If you want to come meet me downtown this weekend at the Orpheum Theater, you're more than welcome to. If not, you can catch me later on tonight on the Pretty Little Liars after show at 9 o'clock.
On the dot.
On the dot, y'all. Streaming live on Newsstream.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.